I love how in Haggai 1, God, he doesn't mince words here. He says, this is what the Lord says. Give careful thought to your ways. What that means is think about the way that you're living. Consider, what have you done? You've stopped building my temple. So here's my call, God says. Go up into the mountains and bring down timber and build my house. God doesn't say, well, come to this service if it works for you. He says, no, actually take an axe, walk 5 miles up the mountain straight up, take that axe, chop down some trees, bring the trees back, build a house, and then you worship. I mean, could you imagine what our churches would be like if this was the call to come to service? We want you to come to service, but we're going to ask you to bring your own axe with you because we're all going to go to a forest and chop down wood and build a house. That convenience is not there in that equation. And God invites us into not living for convenience, but to live commissioned. And what I want to say about this is we start out with curiosity. So a lot of you, you're here, you're curious about Jesus. Great. Come, learn, ask questions, figure out what you believe, explore your faith. And then at some point, after you've decided to follow him, a lot of people just consume, which there's a place for that. Like my kids, when they were first born, they consumed. And that's a part of a journey. When you're new to faith, you're consuming, you're absorbing as much as you can, but at some point, you move into contribution. So your growth requires contribution to be engaged. Now, what I've noticed is for a lot of people, they get stuck between consuming and contributing. But then there are a lot of other people that move into contribution, and they have this mindset of like, well, my contribution is just a box I check. So sometimes even churches will say things like this.